Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So here we are again.
Here we are. So I was thinking about some questions to ask you today. And what came up for me is why here, why now? And I want you to answer that and whatever comes up for you.
Why here, why now? So why are we right here right now? Because it's a way to just maybe communicate or process or share, or all of those, what we're feeling and thinking about what's happening.
Totally.
Why here, why now on a bigger scale? So let's step into the world of, I tend to call it the metaphysical because it's the only word I have for it. I don't even know what the other word would be, but the energetic world. And I am a total advocate of the law of attraction. And prior to this happening, this COVID thing happening, with all that was happening with politics and with the economy and with separation and disunity, if that's even a word, we got away from compassion and love and joy. I can't tell you how many people in conversations, whether it was with people I agree with or people I disagree with, other women, men versus women, students versus teachers, no matter what it was, I can't tell you how many people say things have to change. This is just not okay. The way it is isn't okay. And I think we've manifested this as a collective consciousness. I think it's way bigger than any of us. I think it's necessary. And it gives me hope that we might finally get it as a collective system. I don't like that word, world. As a collective, let's just leave it at that.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like because this is affecting everybody and for how long that it's going on for, that we can't go back to the way things were. And for myself personally, I feel like I have to think in a sense of bigger and better things are coming from this change, from this time of figuring out a new way of being. Because there's just no way to say, once it's over, let's just go back and just have everything the way it was. Because we've had enough time right now to think about maybe what wasn't working or what could be better. And that just brings me to a place of excitement for what could come.
So I have to pick up on the words that you just used. You used think.
Picking on me.
No. Think, you said think probably 2 or 3 times. You also said figure out, which is all head stuff. And I saw something by Michael Chase, who's the founder of the Kindness Center. I worked with Michael Chase years ago. He's actually a Hay House published author now, and has done pretty well in that realm. But the guy is humble and brilliant. And one of the things that he said was, this morning, I posted it on my Facebook page this morning, and it says that we either are gonna figure this out in the head or the heart. And whichever wins is the way we're gonna live past this and the way the planet is gonna live past this. And I think that lots of us are in our head most of the time. And it's time for us to get into our hearts. It really is time for us to sink in and get into our hearts, which is through meditation, through just being, not doing. It's in our spiritual practices. It's in when we write in our journal. It's when we listen to music. It's when we dance. It's when we are with people and share time that we love, with people we love. It's when we're in joy. It's not figuring anything out. It's just being.
Totally. And I think when I think about being, it's also an invitation to feel, to be with your feelings. And I feel like I've heard this so many times, feeling is healing. And so I know right now for me, I've been sitting with my feelings a lot and giving them space to feel them. And I honestly feel like this time is actually creating some accelerated healing. Because I don't know about you, but often when we stay busy, we can run away from what we're feeling and get lost and distracted in our everyday life. And while that's comforting to avoid what we're feeling, right now, we're up against, here are my thoughts, here are my my feelings and my emotions, I need to be with them.
Mm.
And I'm starting to feel okay with that.
And the other thing that you mentioned emotion and feeling. Jack Canfield, we both know him as our mentor and teacher. And he's also my boss. He talks about energy and motion. And if we don't allow the energy to flow, the energy of emotion to flow, it gets stuck. And that's what causes disease, and that's what causes fear and anger and all of those things that do damage to our bodies. And so now is an opportunity for us to just allow the energy to flow, the energy of emotion to flow. And that's scary for a lot of people. And I have a lot of practices that I do on a regular basis, gratitude being one of them. And so right now I am so grateful that I'm single, that I have my own space, that I don't have children. I work with kids, but I don't have any children of my own in my own space. And I live a very peaceful day-to-day life. And I'm also grateful that I can stay connected to my work through online methods. So I have a lot to be grateful for. And I have a beautiful view. I live in a beautiful part of the country. So I have a lot to be grateful for. But I still get in fear. Like every once in a while, I'm like, whoa. And what do? I have to breathe through it. That's the way I can get back to allowing the energy, that fear, to just stay in motion and to have the experience, allow myself to be with it, breathe through it, and release it.
Absolutely.
Which takes practice.
Yes. And the fact that we are human, like by nature, we need to feel. It's not this suppression, I must be happy all the time. We as humans feel it all. So
Yeah.
let it in, let it through.
Yeah. And as if on cue, yeah, that would be my cat. That is my peace and my gratitude every morning. That's my meditation. The other thing too is that don't be afraid of the ritual of like meditation or breathing or yoga or anything that has to be a practice that takes time. One thing I learned was that it's whatever brings you joy. And I meditate every morning with coffee, and I love coffee. And I meditate with my cat next to me, and all I am present in is my sip of coffee and my cat purring, and that's pretty much it.
Well, on that note, we hear our other furry friend coming along, our dog Taka, who lives here, and Leah over here. So we're going to go enjoy pet time.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us here today.
Thank you.